Xfinity is breaking the gig barrier with Wi-Fi speeds over a gig. It's more than enough speed to power all your devices. Introducing Gig Wi-Fi, new from Xfinity. Go online, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply.
The official betting preview of Super Bowl 49, New England Patriots and Seattle Seahawks. New England is a 1-point favorite. You can get a pick at some sportsbooks. The total is 47 to 47.5. Seattle gets 5.2 yards per rushing attempts to teams normally allowing 4.3 and 7.3 yards per pass to teams normally allowing 6.8. By the way, Joe Duffy's picks, the NFL specialist. We are going to have a wise guy play on the side, a major play on the total. Now, at press time, we haven't finalized our proposition plays. We'll have quite a few by Sunday. Make sure you get at the center of the handicapping universe, offshoreinsiders.com. Joe Duffy's picks long been considered the industry standard and your NFL specialist going back to the Score Phone days. Get it now at offshoreinsiders.com. New England is second in the NFL from Week 5 on, averaging 32.3 points per game. Of course, Tom Brady's sixth Super Bowl. Russell Wilson is second straight. Now, Wilson is an absurd 11-0 in his career against quarterbacks who've previously won Super Bowls. Wilson did struggle mightily in the conference championship game, though, when the game was on the line, final 4 minutes, was 6 of 7 for 19.1 yards per pass. Wilson ran for 849 yards during the regular season, which among quarterbacks was the fifth highest in NFL history. But not playing behind a very good offensive line, Pro Football Focus says that Wilson is the most pressured quarterback the last 2 years based on their metrics, and there's no question that Seattle has a very weak offensive line. New England's had their share of injuries on the offensive line as well. Both teams strong in the secondary. Everybody knows about Seattle with Sherman, Thomas, Chancellor, and Maxwell. New England with all-pro safety Devon McCourtney and Darrell Revis. LeGarrette Blount is New England's Marshawn Lynch. Both are smash mouth. Of course, Rob Gronkowski, having one of the great years ever for a tight end, certainly when he's healthy, obviously. New England had the fewest runs, though, of 25 yards or more. And New England holds teams to 0.1 yards per rushing attempt and 0.2 yards per passing attempt below their normal average. But against punishing runners such as Jonathan Stewart and Eddie Lacy in the postseason, Seahawks have actually struggled against the physical running backs, allowing 2.27 yards per rush after contact. That is good news for LeGarrette Blount, the same style running back. He leads the NFL at 2.57 yards per rush after contact this season. A lot more coming up. I'm going to ask you a favor, guys. Again, if you like these podcasts, and if you notice, we've been doing these daily for NBA and college basketball with free picks. You can go and subscribe to us either at iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, dar.fm, or we simulcast it on YouTube. Wherever you're listening to us, please, where we can give us a review like on Stitcher and iTunes, give us 5 stars. Also, like our videos on YouTube. And if you're on Twitter, please retweet them. Basically, the more exposure we get, the more we will do these podcasts and give you free picks. The experts say, look, if we get positive reviews, we'll show up better in search engines. So if you like the podcast, please tell us. And tell the iTunes and Stitcher in their review section. Now, in Seattle holds teams at 0.5 yards per rush and 1.0 yards per pass below their normal average. Difference in defense in Seattle's first 10 games in their last 8. In their first 10, they gave up 5.1 yards per play to just 4.1 in the last 8. Points per drive, 1.9 to just 0.9. Quarterback rating against 63.1 to just 20.8 over the last 8. 6 of the past 8 games, Seattle has started the same 11 players on defense. The other 2, they had 10 of 11. As far as betting trends are concerned, at press time, 71% of the betting public has backed New England. On the money line, 52% are actually betting on the Patriots, and on the total, 57% favor the over. Now, as far as spread betting trends, all records are against the spread. Patriots 9-3 against teams with a winning record, 72-33 after accumulating more than 350 total yards in their previous game, 23-11 after allowing less than 150 yards passing in their previous contest. Patriots are 12-25 after allowing less than 90 yards rushing in their last game. They're 4-11 in the playoffs, 1-9 on grass, and they have dropped 4 straight Super Bowl contests to the number. Seattle is 5-1 following a straight-up win, 4-0 after accumulating more than 150 yards rushing in their previous game. Seahawks are 16-6 following an ATS loss, 7-3 after getting more than 350 total yards in the previous game, and 34-16 overall. Some over-under trends. New England has gone over 7 of 8 after allowing less than 150 yards passing in the previous game. They have gone over 35-16 following an ATS win, over 34-16 after scoring more than 30 points in the previous game. Seattle has gone over 9-3 in the playoffs, but under 11-5 against teams with a winning record. Please remember, the best way to support us is go to offshoreinsiders.com. Buy the best picks in the industry. Actually, you'll be supporting yourself, to be perfectly honest with you. Go to offshoreinsiders.com. But again, if you like these podcasts, wherever you're listening, we broadcast it on just everywhere that we possibly can. Wherever you're listening, please either like us on YouTube or give us a positive rating, hopefully a 5-star, at iTunes, Stitcher, etc. And remember, the Daily Basketball Podcast, we've been doing them 7 days a week with free picks and information. offshoreinsiders.com.
Once upon a time in a convenience store, a woman asked, "Which zero-calorie drink will I like more?" The cashier said, "I have a thought. Coke Zero Sugar always hits the spot." The taste made her heart fill with laughter, and with her Coke Zero Sugar, she lived happily ever after. Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Unbelievably delicious.
No trip to the store is complete without the unbelievably delicious zero-calorie taste of Coke Zero Sugar. Pick some up at 7-Eleven today.